Yo, Darious Britt here, and today we're talking about directing actors on set. 1, 2, 3, Britt. So everybody has their own way of working with actors. There's no like one true way to work with actors. It's pretty much, you know, you do what you do and you do whatever works, but there are a few things that are generally accepted as good practice. Make sure that your actor's eye lines are clear. What are your actor's eye lines? Well, pretty much anywhere that your actor is looking while they're performing, you want to make sure the crew members are clear of that. There's nothing more distracting for an actor than to be performing a really intense scene where they're like pulling their guts out for a role, and while they're doing this, they're staring at a whole bunch of crew members who are just staring back at them, just like that. It's a real quick way to piss your actor off. Make sure that their eye lines are clear. It's just professional courtesy. Try your hardest to avoid talking about character on set. Talk with your actors about character motivations and backstories before you reach set, like on your one-on-one meetings or during rehearsal time or something like that, but you don't want to do it on set. The reason being is time is your most precious commodity when you're on set because you're always scrounging around to get the shot. The last thing you want to do is blow away precious time talking about character backstory and character motivation. When you're giving direction on set, really keep it short and sweet. In between takes, keep it no more than 3 or 4 sentences. Don't give your actors any more than like 1 or 2 things to work on at a time. This is going to keep you from over-directing your actors or overwhelming them with a whole bunch of notes at once, and you're going to keep a good pace on set. Give active, objective-based direction. Use action verbs. Focus on what your actors should be doing in a scene to achieve their goal and not what they're thinking or feeling. Remember to ask your actors how they're feeling every once in a while. I like to ask my actors how they felt after a take. It looked good for me, but how was it for you? Or how did you feel about that take? It goes a long way in building that actor-director relationship, and it lets them know that you actually care about them. If they're doing a good job, let them know they're doing a good job. Or if you know they're struggling on a couple of areas, let them know that you're in it together and you're working together and you'll figure it out. If you have the time, let your actors have a take. You know, after you've shot a scene out and you think you've got what you need, it doesn't hurt to ask your actors every once in a while, hey, is there anything you'd like to try that, you know, we haven't tried yet? And if there is, you know, roll up the cameras and let them have a take to try whatever they want. You'll be surprised sometimes things that you don't think will fly at all work in the editing room. This one everybody pretty much knows, but if you've got a really hard scene or you've got some nudity, try to run a closed set. Keep it crew minimal. Only keep the crew that is essential to get the shot off or get the scene off, and the rest of the crew can wait somewhere. Sometimes you got to mix things up. Occasionally you'll do a lot of takes of the same scene and your actors start to get a little jaded, the performance gets a little flat, surprises aren't as surprising, and this is because they know exactly what the other actor's going to say or do. Whenever you see things are getting a little stale or flat, you know, instead of telling your actors it's getting flatter, you know, let's give me more energy, do something to help them find freshness in the scene again. Have your actors try out different choices in a scene. You could try using secrets, you know, tell one actor one thing and don't tell the other, or tell both the actors something completely different and then watch them play the scene out, and usually it comes alive because now there's something to discover and the dynamics of the scene have changed, so it's new again. Watch out for the blocking. Sometimes you'll run into scenes where everything that you're trying with the actors doesn't seem to be working, the actors aren't feeling it, everybody knows that there's something just amiss, and sometimes changing the way the blocking occurs in the scene or changing the actors' movements can help plug your actors right into the scene and you can get great performances. Blocking's really important. Pay attention to it. Always get a safety. If you think you've gotten what you need in one take, you better do another take to make sure you got it. It's always better to be safe than sorry.